Okay. Everybody got your homework?
No, miss.
I'm going to start going over it. If you want an extra piece of paper to write this down, we're going to do a quizzes today. We're going to do a practice tomorrow. We're going to do a test on Friday over this. We are going to do it. We are going to do it because we are not going to wait till after Thanksgiving to do this test, okay? We're going to finish this lesson before we leave for Thanksgiving. The test is happening, whether you're ready or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So number 1, you already knew how to do. That was from the day before. I did number 2 with you in class. I would like to look at number 4.
Quadrum.
I would like to look at number 4. Before we move on, we're going to review some terminology, which means words that I've been talking about. And I'm going to need you to quit saying words right now. There was a typo in this one that says Scott takes gets. That's no. Just mark one of them out. So before we start, we're going to talk about the terminology, which means the words that we use when we talk about interest. First of all, what is interest? It's money. It's money that you either pay or earn, right? Do you know what the word pay means?
Yes.
Do you know what the word earn means?
Yes.
Good. What is the principal? It's the original. It's either the original loan or investment, right? Do you know what a loan is?
Yes.
What is it?
When you take money from the bank.
When you borrow money. What is an investment?
You're getting money.
Yeah, you're getting money, right? So is everybody with me on that? What is the rate, the interest rate?
The percent.
The percent. The rate is the percent. And the time is just
The year.
time. The time in years, right?
I'm writing all this
So those are all, you need to write it down. Those are all things you need to know. Depending on what the question asks, is are you paying or earning? Is it a loan or an investment? It just depends on what the question asks. Allison, you need to pay attention. So if I look at number 4, I'm going to read it. I want you to read it silently as I read it. We ready? Scott takes a student loan to go to college after high school. If he pays $750 over 5 years in interest at a rate of 3%, how much must the loan have been originally for? So I told you yesterday, you always ask, what is it asking you? What is it asking you for?
How much the loan?
How much was the loan? It's asking you for the principal. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
It is asking you for the principal. It's okay, I've got them on there. You may just keep an eye on them. I'm recording. You may just keep an eye on them in case I need something. Okay. Okay. It is asking you for the principal. So here's another thing you can write down. All right. This is our goal. We are trying to get to this proportion to solve for whatever it's asking us for. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's always the interest over the principal equals the rate or the percent over 100. Interest over principal, rate over 100. When we do interest, are we solving for 1 year or more than 1 year? Initially.
1 year.
1 year. We always have to go for 1 year initially, right? Everybody with me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
What is this question asking us?
How much loan?
It's asking us for the what? Principal. Where does the X go in this proportion? Yeah, right here. How do we know that?
Because it's asking.
Because that's what the question is asking you, right? That's what it's asking you.
Well, like, how would you do that? Like, there wouldn't be 100, it wouldn't be 100x. That's all, because, questions like that, I would have x goes to a different number to 100.
You still solve the equation, the proportion the same way.
So, like, you just have to say it's at 100x.
It's just not 100x, it's whatever. It's not going to be that on this.
It's always easier with
It's not, I know. Okay, so let's read it again. He's going to pay how much money?
$750.
Over how many years?
5.
What's gonna go here?
750.
No. Remember, we do it for how many years?
5.
No. One.
1.
He pays $750 over 5 years. How do we find out 1 year?
You multiply by
You
5.
divide.
Oh.
So we're gonna divide by
5.
5. Please do that.
Okay, multiply.
Did everybody get 150?
Oh.
This one.
So the interest is $150 per year. I strongly suggest you write this down because you're gonna need to know. Okay? The interest is $150 per year. That goes right here. What goes here?
3%.
Where'd you get that?
The rate.
Yeah, you read it. So now all we do is solve it, right?
Yes.
So we cross multiply, and what's x times 3?
3x.
And 150 times 100, well, what's 15 times 1?
15.
How many zeros? 1, 2, 3.
3.
Now, what do we divide by?
3. Which is 150.
I don't think so.
It's 50.
How many times does 3 go into 15?
500.
How many zeros?
2.
5,000.
Gosh, I was close.
So what is 5,000 what?
Years. Wait.
No.
What?
No.
5,000 what?
No.
Dollars. The initial investment is $5,000. He took a loan to go to college for $5,000.
That's crazy.
What did it cost him over 5 years?
It was 50.
$750.
That's a lot.
You with me? Okay.
I'm catching off of yesterday, I promise.
So let's go to number 6. Number 6. We good on number 6. Everybody found number 6.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to read it. I want you to read it silently along with me. At what rate would you need to invest $12,000 and make $2,880 after 8 years? Let's write this down again. The interest is what? Money that we are investing. Is this money you pay or money you earn? This is money you earn. The principal is the
When you get money, you invest.
the investment, the original investment. The rate is, and the time is the time, right? So let's label this in our thing here. Let's read it again. At what rate would you need to invest $12,000 and make $2,880 after 8 years? What is this asking you for?
The percent.
It's asking you for the percent, right? What is this?
The total.
The what?
The original.
The what? Use the word. What is it?
Principal.
It's the principal. What is this?
Investment.
No. What is it?
Earned.
I, P, R, or T?
I.
It's the interest. It's the money that you earn after how many years?
8.
8 years. So let's write our proportion and fill in what we know. What goes here?
100.
What is this asking you for? What is the question asking you to find?
Percent.
The percent. So what goes here? X. How much is the principal?
12,500.
So all we have to do is find the interest per year. How much is the interest in 8 years?
2,000.
How do we find for 1 year? Divide it. Please write it down, guys, because this is going to be quizzes and practice and a test. What? I wouldn't put it on there if you couldn't use it. Of course you can use it.
2, 3,
Did everybody get 360?
Yes.
That is the interest, is $360
Per year
per year. Where does that go?
on the top.
Good. Now, do we know how to solve this?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure do. What's 12,000 times X?
10,000.
And 36 times 1 is 36. And how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. Now you 5. It seems really hard until you realize you mark off the zeros, doesn't it? What does X equal?
36.
Try again.
3.
3 what? 3%. So it is asking us the rate. We found the rate. X equals 3%. Questions so far? If you start with the end in mind, guys, you start with the end in mind, it makes it easier to get there. Okay?
So that means like when like you're getting like the interest and stuff, that should be the one that you don't do.
I want everybody to look at number 8. Number 8 kind of has been a little bit of a pain. Number 8. Once again, we're going to write down the things that we need to know. But before we write it, we need to know, are we doing borrow or invest? The words are the same, the method is the same, it's just the words, the terminology that you use that is different. So let's read number 8. Morgan has an investment worth $130,000 after 20 years. If his original investment was for $50,000, what must the interest rate have been? First of all, what is it asking you for? The rate, right? It's asking for the percent. That's what we don't know. What is interest in this case? It's the money earned. What is the principal? It's the original investment, right? The rate is the percent and the time is the time. That always stays the same, right? So what is let's do our proportion. Think about what we know. This is 100. What goes above the 100? X. What goes here? Read.
50,000.
The 50,000. Because it says original investment. That's your principal. The question is what goes here? Read the question. Okay, let's think about it. Think about it. Think about it. He has an investment, and right now it's worth $130,000. 20 years ago, he invested $50,000. How much money has he made? He hasn't made $130,000. Think about it. Right now he has $130,000, but 20 years ago he only had $50,000. How much money has he made over 20 years? How many?
80,000.
80,000. How'd you do that?
You subtract it.
Yes, please write it down, guys, because it'll be steps you can follow. You subtract it and it gives us 80,000. $80,000 over how many years? 20. What do we need?
Divide.
We need how many years?
1.
1. How do we do that?
Divide by 20.
Divided by what?
5.
20. Why are we dividing by 20? Because that's what it tells us. And what'd you get? 4,000. $4,000. This is your interest per year. Now what? What goes here?
40,000.
What?
40,000.
What?
4,000.
4,000. Guys, let me show you a trick to make that a little bit easier. Before you start doing it, that's a lot of zeros, right?
Yeah.
You can mark these zeros off. You get the same answer. So now we're going to have 50 times x, which is going to be what? 50x. And what's 4 times 100?
400.
It's much easier to solve than all those zeros, isn't it? You divide by what?
50.
50. What does it equal?
80.
Are you sure? 80%? I wish.
8%.
8%. 8% is pretty good, I'm just saying. Are we feeling okay about this? We've still got a couple of days before we take our tests on Friday to practice. Okay, we're gonna do the quizzes. I'm gonna load it in Google Classroom. There is one on there that asks for compound interest over 5 years. I'm gonna tell you the answers. Okay, you're not gonna have to do it. It's ridiculous. I didn't realize it was on there. I should have deleted it, but now I've already assigned it, so I can't change it. Okay? On the quizzes, what do you do if you have questions?
Ask.
You ask. You just say this. On the quizzes, what do you do if you have questions?
Ask.
You ask. Please ask me if you have questions. I'm going to plug this in for you guys, and then I've got to go load it for Caitlin and Levi. Please write things down. Please write things down. Please work them out. Please ask if you have questions. Caitlin, I'm assigning you right now. Eli, you're next.
This we only another day on the homework list.
I am going to take a grade on it. That's the one, this is Eli. I am going to take a grade on it. So ask questions. If you have questions, you can also come in during pause. Okay? You can also come in during pause, but you have time right now to work on it.
I'm not very smart.